welcome to week 156. Now I know maths is not my strong suit, but I think 156 weeks works out to be exactly 3 years, which means I've been uploading weekly videos for 3 years this week.
But he's on. Colin's on.
That's amazing. That's rich as well, going from him. So tonight, I'm heading out with Portishead Cycling Club, who I joined at about 10 o'clock yesterday night, because I thought to myself, one of the best ways of getting more bike rides would be to join more bike clubs. So Portishead seem to have pretty good kind of organisation in terms of nice midweek rides that aren't necessarily during the day. A lot of the club rides of Clevedon and for Pactry are actually during the week. They're actually tending to be during the day, whereas it would appear the guys from Portishead Cycling Club have a day job like me. And so I'm heading out with a group for a fairly short 50k-ish ride up over Brington Hill, which I hate. I PB'd up Brington Hill last week. I am really not in the mood to ride that hard up and over it today. Essentially, I don't know a single one of these people that I'm riding with tonight, and so we'll find out what they're like. The last couple of weeks have been quite tricky to try and fit in the training around work, so I've had to rejig sort of all the plans that I had and try and work out how to get at least some sort of riding in. It's very easy, I think you'll agree, that when things haven't gone to plan, you end up just shelving everything. I think I've been pretty good over the last couple of weeks, where I've been planning on trying to do 400, 500k perhaps, and only really getting 350, 360k. It's very easy to kind of just shelve the whole thing, whereas I think I'm quite pleased with myself that I've managed to avoid that mindset. And this week should have been a trip to Brecon to recon the stages. Now that's definitely not going to happen due to a ton of problems in being able to organise that. So I have rejigged it, so instead of it being 3 weeks with a week off and then 3 weeks with a week off, it's basically going to be a sort of 2.5 week and then a semi-rest week and then another 2.5 week block before taking it easy before actually starting the Grand Tour. So we shall see how that goes, because I don't really at this moment have any choice. But that's life, isn't it? I'm not a full-time professional athlete, and if I was, I think my status as a professional would be questionable, to say the least. But I'm not a full-time professional athlete, so this stuff has to fit in around work and family, of course, as it should, as it does for everybody. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking going out and riding with a new group of people. You never know anything about them, but you just got to do it, haven't you? I mean, everybody suffers from that anxiety of meeting new people. I don't know a single one of these people, but I guess as a child I was going and playing in bands and stuff and going to new schools and stuff like that. Gives you the confidence. Who knows, maybe this group will be full of the bullies from school and they'll be nicking my cake stop money. We'll see. I doubt it somehow. Cycling clubs are usually full of very nice people, aren't they?
don't forget to hit subscribe and the notifications bell, and give me a thumbs up and leave me a nice comment below.
So they didn't steal my coffee stop money. They were a really nice bunch of guys, actually fantastic riders, really lovely bunch of geezers. And they very kindly waited at the bottom of each hill we rode up, and I peered up Cleve Hill again, which I wasn't expecting, because I actually took it really easy, or at least I thought I had. So I haven't ridden since then. That was Wednesday, which is a bit of a dead loss. It's been, as I said earlier, a bit of a weird week. Not just work, but a couple of sick dogs, which has meant that this weekend we were supposed to be going away for Zach's birthday, which was during the week, to go camping with the dogs. First camping trip of the weekend in the camper van, and I have had to stay home here all on my own with the dogs because they've got kennel cough and we can't take them anywhere. So Bex and the boys have been away all weekend, which has meant I haven't really been able to get out very much, because Pogo, our youngest puppy, is only really small. And can't really be left on our own a bit. So I've been kind of stuck, to be honest with you. However, that's okay. The plan is to start building over the next 3 weeks, as I said previously in the video, building up the miles over the next 3 weeks, the third week of which I'll be over in Brecon doing the recons and really getting the last final hard week of training in before having a very easy kind of making it up as I go along week. But the idea of improvising, adapting and overcoming, which I think is the US Marine Corps motto or something like that, is definitely something I believe in. It's very easy when you start a project to have your goals set up here. I think you're really highly motivated and you're very excited by something, and then as the kind of project goes on and you kind of don't hit those goals, and it kind of looks like it's kind of aiming around here somewhere instead, it's very easy for that to affect your motivation, which is why I'm a big fan of setting this kind of idea of a best case scenario, which is if everything goes perfectly it would be here, but then also a kind of acceptable scenario, and then a kind of baseline scenario as well, in terms of the fact that you can redirect all of your efforts to a lower set of goals if those higher ones aren't going to be achieved, and still feel like it's a success. I know a lot of projects that kind of seem to lose their way a bit, that once a couple of targets maybe out of 10 are missed, all the other ones go out the window, because those, all of a sudden it looks like the entire thing is going to be a failure. So I always tend to do that, and this is this situation really. I'm pretty pleased that if I've got to this point really where I'm 4 weeks out from starting my grand tour and I'm not in a position to be able to do it, then I've been doing something wrong for the last 6 months. This is just really kind of topping and tailing it, and really kind of putting a dent in it over the next 3 weeks and trying to get the best out of it. But this has just not gone to plan, and that's how it is. I have, in the last 24 hours, really suffered a lack of motivation, but I'm pretty sure that's down to a lack of sleep. The silver puppy's kind of waking up still early in the morning, needing to be let out, and I'm not able to get back to sleep after that, and that's usually around 4, half 4. So it is kind of having a dent on my sleep patterns at the minute, which is going to have a dent on how I'm feeling, and also my kind of motivation level. So literally yesterday I did nothing at all. I didn't move off the sofa, watched an entire series of Unforgotten, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But there we are, that's what I've got up to. So this should be going into the next couple of weeks, really, is kind of more building. Now I will say this before I finish this video, have still got some spots on the stages, and I would really like people to come and join me. I need company more than I need training miles at the minute. So even if you can't afford or don't want to pay any money towards the charity, please do have a look at the link below, pick a stage and come and ride with me. That's the most important thing as it stands right now. So anyway, let's get stuck in on the bike next week. Let's try and get a bit more motivation before this final run in the rest of June. It's only a couple of days away from it being a month away. I'm starting to feel a bit better today, having got a few jobs done. I think that's an important part of the process, is just kind of getting jobs done. And I'm also going to do a video talking about some of the challenges that I'm going to set myself for next year, because I've come up with a bit of a plan, and also do a Q&A that I did with a few friends of mine on YouTube about some questions they had to ask me as well. Have a good week, and I will see you in the following week, which will be the first block of my 4th year on YouTube making these videos. Take care.